Hey everybody, it's Charlie from DM Sound, and today we've got the sound system demo on the 2024 Volkswagen Atlas and its 6-speaker bass sound system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, controls, speaker locations. We're going to test out the 5.1 capabilities, and then we're going to head out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And if you want to hear the upgraded Harman sound system, we've got a review on that as well. I'll put that in the description below. And if you want to hear even more on this system, check the link below to become a Daily Motor member. We've got a members-only sound test recorded with this one, where we listen to real tracks requested by other members. So you can sign up, support the channel, and see that below. And before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. This is the pretty cool Peak Edition of the Volkswagen Atlas. It's an SE Peak Edition, so we've got some all-terrain tires, some cool appearance bits, kind of this cool greenish color. I'm always a fan of fun colors on cars, and I think this one looks pretty darn cool, along with the facelift for 2024. If you do want to see more on the Atlas, check the link below. We ran a fuel economy test on this one, where it actually did better than I expected, and we've got coverage of the pre-facelift models as well. You can find all of that in the link below. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults, so let's take a look at those now. Pretty straightforward infotainment system here from Volkswagen. It takes a little bit of a learning curve to get used to. Oh, I said the V word. It takes a little bit of a learning curve to get used to, but once you are familiar, it works pretty well. So let's go over here to sound, and we're greeted with a 3-band equalizer, bass, mid-range, and treble. Let's go through those. Below that, you have a focus screen that allows you to adjust your front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. Move sound around the cabin like so. And then you have a volume screen, and this has a few features I like. Speed-dependent volume increase, so as you get going faster, the music will get louder to compensate for road, wind, and engine noise. Then below that, a maximum startup volume. Whoa, all right, that sets it right in there. So that's nice because if you're listening to music late at night, you come in blasting, then you shut the car off, you get back in the next morning, you don't want it to pick right back up at that same menu level, so it's nice to have that feature. And that's it for audio adjustments here in the Atlas. For audio controls, you have a volume slider in the center of the screen there. I don't love it. You can tap. That helps. I prefer a conventional knob. If your fingers are a little sweaty, it can get hard to adjust, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And then you have an off button right there for media. And you do have nice physical controls in this SE model on the steering wheel for volume on the left side of the wheel. For track selections, no sort of physical control up here, so you either have to do it on the proper menu of the touchscreen infotainment there, or if you're the driver, you've got controls on the right side of the wheel. For audio inputs in the Atlas, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM, oh, we should actually Sirius XM satellite radio. Let's see if we have HD radio support. Looks like we do, actually. Yep, it is saying HD radio, so that is good. And then you've got Bluetooth, support for wireless and wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and USB-C ports. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, there's no USB-A port, so make sure you have an adapter if you like to plug things in. We don't have a 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, and there's no sort of streaming services built in here, so no Spotify, Pandora, or anything like that. Speaker locations. As I said, this is a 6-speaker system. You will see some fake speaker grills for the Harman system, but starting in the bottom left, you've got door woofer 1, tweeter 2, 3, 4 on the other side, and then 5, 6, probably mid-range woofers there in the back. Alright, just for kicks and giggles, let's at least do a quick demo. Do we have... Oh, wow, we've got swipe abilities right there. That's kind of cool. Alright, let's do a quick demo of the 5.1 capabilities. I don't believe the system has any, but we'll test it out just in case. We'll probably do a little bit of an abbreviated test here.
Welcome to the Immersive Audio Album Channel Configuration Test. Left. Center. Right. Left surround. Right surround. LFE.
Alright, so no sort of 5.1 support, but it does down mix properly. Alright, let's head out on the road. We're experiencing a very similar phenomenon to what we experienced in the Volkswagen ID4 last week, in that just way too much limiting of the volume. There's not enough power in this system to even listen to it at a decently loud volume. I keep the volume the same level through all these tests. I turn it up right here while I'm talking to kind of make up for the much more quiet volume of my voice compared to the music, but when I crank the music up, it's the same steady volume throughout the test. So when you're hearing all those dips, that's what I'm hearing as well right here in the cabin. And if you listen to the music softer, like this level right here, it's really not too bad. We're getting a decent roundness to the sound, and the speakers themselves not that bad. But when you turn it way up, then you start getting the different elements dropping out. For this next track, we will turn the bass all the way up, depending on what this Tacoma does here in front of us. We'll see how it sounds. The bass sound itself is not that bad. It's just the fact that it's so limited and so muted. Up my thoughts on the 6-speaker bass sound system here in the Volkswagen Atlas. We talked about it already. It doesn't sound good. The limiting is no pun intended, the limiting factor in this system. It simply does not have the power to listen to your music properly. I, when I'm alone, like to listen to my music pretty loud. I like all the instruments to come through, and I simply can't do that with this system. Now, listening to calmer stuff, podcasts, music with other people in the car, something like that, it's really not too bad. So if you're not a big someone blasting your music regularly, you're probably going to be okay with the system. We've tested some really poor systems lately, including our second ever E-tier in the Volkswagen ID4 right before this. And this isn't going that low. This is getting a D-tier rating for two reasons. One, it does sound a little bit better than the ID4. It's a little bit more well-balanced, to the point that when I first got in the ID4, even my podcast sounded bad, but I can listen to the podcast okay on this system. Secondly, this is only the SE model of the Atlas. You can step up to the SEL, you get a Harman Kardon system, which is a good bit better. You don't have to pay all that much more, especially if you avoid this peak edition. With the ID4, currently, at this point in June of 2024, you cannot buy an ID4 with the 9-speaker Harman Kardon, and eventually when it does come out, it'll only be in the Plus models, so it's hidden away up near 60 grand. So This is getting a D. Not fantastic, but at least there is that Harman Kardon if you want an Atlas with better sound. Thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the Atlas, check the link below. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from DM Sound, and as always, drive on.